There we go. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Fuji. I realized after joining the practice server that maybe I made a bit of a clickbait for the big Fuji thumbnail, because supposedly it's gonna be so dark and so foggy that the Fuji mountain is not even visible from track. What a big mistake for me. Anyway, we have quite some people today, like fast people on the server, including Michi. And wait. Of course, after I start the stream, a couple of more things to be fixed. Right. Maybe the camera could go a bit backwards. For more immersion. Shame it cannot go more upwards. And I hope the camera gain is fine. It's gonna get dark, so it's better to be too bright now. Anyway. Come on, where is the... Why is this mouse... Come on. I think we are operational. Alright, let's go. Hi Joao, Mario, up and down. It's Beamer time indeed. I keep driving this car. It's quite nice. And to be honest, when I ditched the Peugeot a month or so ago, I never really had a chance to properly set up this car. I made kind of an alright setup, for Kota especially, but I've never really had... Like, I would like some Le Mans weekly or special event, and then like the proper low downforce setup with this. For Fuji I just loaded Kota setup and hoped for the best, and it kind of works. It's on max rear wing, so I hope the superior BMW acceleration or whatever it makes, whatever makes it accelerate so well out of low speed corners will help me not to be too dead on the straights. And there is quite some more bottoming here, like Kota, despite all the bumps in the S's and all around, it seems like the straight is kind of flat. Because when I took Kota setup and did a lap here, I was bottoming like crazy. And then this BMW has one really weird feature I figured out with the packers on the rear. Usually you try not to use the corner packers, but just the third packers, so it just activates on the straight and it doesn't disrupt you in the corners. But it seems like the third packer here is completely, like, maximum infinitely stiff. And it almost feels like it's kind of undrivable to some extent. I don't know, I couldn't set it up without like massive porpoising on the straights. So then I just resorted to using... Oh, bang. To the corner dampers, which means a little bit less grip in high speed corners. Although that's alright because it's understeery in the high speed corners, like turn 2 and 3 here. It's always big understeer, so it's alright to lean a bit on the bump rubbers. And cold tires will be quite a thing. Although 36 Celsius, okay, it's not that cold. As we start the 15-minute quali session, I have taken quite a bit of fuel, 19 liters. So let's see how long the tires take to properly warm up. One last double check if the stream is not trolling me. It's quite bright, but it's gonna be fine. Alright. It's funny how every time I click on the secondary monitor, the FFB turns off and kind of comes back in. Okay, well, here we go. First quali lap. Only 50 Celsius on the tires, so probably I shouldn't really push them yet. Jeroen behind is probably on a push lap already. I'm just gonna let him go. Hi Kilabezi, thank you for the lurking. Well, I try to drive well. Sometimes it's amazing, sometimes it's terrible, but back. Probably I should have stayed ahead of Jeroen. Now there is a queue of angry Ferraris behind me. But the tires will just like... in the next lap they will still not be up to pace. I mean, I don't have blue flag, so I'll drive my pace. Got the sim 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I mean it's getting better and better. I'm really looking forward to the end of year and start of 25 to updates. Those will be make or break for the game. With the GTEs, I mean GT3s and Interlagos and the other track, Qatar, I think. And all the new features and bug fixes and so on. I'm gonna let him through. Not really sure what to do here. Cannot keep... Ah, that was Michi. Tires are... I'm driving too slow to warm them up. I need to start the push lap. And then there are the GTEs, I forgot about them. I hope the traffic will not kill us too much. There is a lot of chassis scrapping. The front just didn't bite. Too cold still. Yeah, Vanwell and Glickenhaus are BOP'd according to real life, I think. Or like, alternative wording would be that there is no way to BOP them. Because you would need to do like minus 100 kilograms and then it would be a different car. This has been a good lap. Well, Not too fast, but clean. One second of Michi. The tires are finally gripping now. Understeer. No cut. That sector 3 was messy. Sector 2 was purple though. So I have 2 more laps of fuel. I will use the tire temps. Fuji turn 1 braking zone always wants to lock front outside, not front inside. That's interesting. Okay. Almost bumped him off. I don't have the pace anymore in the tires. Box. Let's actually practice the pit entry. Okay. 6 minutes to go. Let's reduce the fuel a little bit. And see what we can do from here. P2 is alright, 2 tenths behind Michi. Hi Jose. Hi Elton. How do I rank or like the BMW so far? No worries about the J or Y, it's... I mean, I've had problems with those 2 letters in the past as well. Because the Y in Slovenian is like J. Like we don't have the Y, but we just use the J and it's never pronounced with the J, always with the Y. And that's a lot of traffic now. I don't know really, like Peugeot is good and BMW is good. They're both very good to drive. And I would think that the BMW is probably better when the track has a lot of acceleration zones and like accelerating or top speed sections. But the Peugeot is really nice on the brakes. And probably Peugeot has more downforce. Like, it's... Again, we didn't really ever had big esports events here, so... It's difficult to get... Ooh, that was a big snap from that Aston. Those corners are tricky in any car. But I would say from the LMH cars, the Peugeot is my favorite, and from LMDH cars, the BMW is my favorite. Yeah, about RF2, that's a valid point. I think if you just plan to drive online races or stuff like that, doesn't really make any sense. I mean, RF2 has hundreds, if not thousands of mods, so that's something that LMU will never have. And also RF2 currently has leagues and everything, but Le Mans Ultimate will at some point have leagues as well. Yeah, I think for best simulation of Formula racing, RF2 is still the best, so yeah, it all depends on the leagues. Hi Tom, I am invited to Sim Formula Europe because I won last year, so I have free ticket. And yeah, it would be... there would need to be like a higher force in action to prevent me from going, but the plan is to go, yes. As we have 2 quali laps now. Tires are still cold. I drive for a Rafa esports team, so... like, probably being sponsored is not the correct wording because, well, I have contract with the team. But I guess in English that's close enough, so yeah, thank you. Yeah, currently, I mean, Rafa Racing Club is like a huge thing, and they are just starting to look into the simulation world, so currently it's just myself and my teammate Jesper who are doing this for Rafa. While waiting for like stuff like Le Mans Virtual if it comes, when it comes on Le Mans Ultimate. I don't know what to do with this traffic. I'm like in a big pile of GTEs. Neil has done a good lap. I mean, this is gonna be my last attempt now. I cannot drive slow, I cannot do anything. I just need to pray that that yellow Porsche will be timed correctly. Yeah, it wasn't timed correctly. Well, let's just practice one more lap. He was not even on a lap, he lifted out of it. Maybe he abandoned it after turn 1. Anyway, I guess I accept P3 and hope that nobody else overtakes me, but let's practice the pit entry again because it's quite tricky here. But I surely had 2 tenths extra, like on that .488 that I have done. I messed up last 2 corners. Maybe last corner was fine, but had a big snap in the penultimate one. So let's see how the race pace balances. My setup is kind of nervous in low speed, but otherwise I will just have huge unders there. Ooh. Oh yeah, okay, let's not do that in the race. How did I get front left lock up there? Class should be ghosted, I can agree kind of. Marius, say your name again. You mean Irnei, like that? So back to 93% fuel ratio. That should be enough. Maybe I can use a bit of radiators. Or the covers. I mean, it's gonna be cold anyway. Probably it doesn't really matter too much. But here we go. Greeting. Yeah, I mean, it would be nice if they could make a session that would ghost, or like that, yeah, that would make it private for per class. I mean, I guess that's what you mean by ghosting, so that you would not even see other classes, just your own. That would make it more realistic, but maybe the code just isn't there yet. But I mean, they are really trying to make it as realistic as possible, so at some point I imagine that they will implement stuff like that. What happened with my throat? Excusez-moi. I have mediums, I do have mediums. Alright. Not sure if we will be swapping tires. Probably we will be. Most likely we will be, yes. It's gonna be no fuel saving anyway. It's easy one stopper. Hi Yo-Yo, hi Pete, hi Michelle. I should really try Alpine at Imola. Yeah, I heard that it received some updates, the Alpine. So, at some point I will have a go, for sure. It's kind of a weird car. Suppose I need to warm the brakes a little bit. Couple of Toyotas behind. Why is there is like a pop-up on the secondary monitor all the time? Anyway, Lambo and Alpine are similar. To me they are quite different, but we'll slow down. Alright, well, let's get a nice start. The BMW acceleration, crazy. I thought I would get Neil out of turn 1. I had better angle, but I suppose he just carried more speed around the outside, despite a little contact with Michi. Anyway, we survived Fuji turn 1. No damage, beautiful. Now let's see how the top speed looks like. Yeah, I start losing the bumps happen towards the end of the straight, but that's fine. Again, I have maximum downforce, so I had that at Kota, and some other cars on maximum downforce just had a lot worse top speed. So I thought that, well, maybe BMW is just like alright on high downforce, except for Le Mans and Monza maybe and Spa. The rear is slightly twitchy. Feels like I always lose a little bit initially out of corners. Michi missing the apex. I will just take it a bit easier at the start. Looks like Neil is going for that P1. I will let him do it. Seems like I'm much stronger on brakes, somehow. Normally the LMH cars, like Ferrari, are better on the brakes. Or maybe Michi is going for a big fuel save. Yeah, the pace is quite slow. We were doing low 28s in the practice server. But I mean, the tires are still getting up to temp. Well, they are in the window now. Yeah, I mean, LMH with the regen on the front. I mean, I cannot really imagine why exactly it's better in some corners and why worse in other. But it is like that overall. But Michi seems to be struggling to get the front into the apex, although that's kind of a Ferrari issue or Ferrari feature. Low speed, loss of front grip. Feels like Neil will soon send it. Yeah, they are braking so early. Hi, Bombastic. Well, you didn't miss too much. Just unsuccessful attempt for P2 at the start. I'm carrying too much speed into here. Just feels like it's eager to have some entry speed, but then front right overheats. Actually, Fuji Mountain is quite well visible. Even better than in my screenshot from the stream thumbnail. But supposedly it will go through the sunset, so it could become foggy. I am a fan of F1. I mean, well, not die-hard fan. I would have an issue missing a race and maybe just watching highlights now and then. But I watch it if I have time. Well, one of my first memories in my life was, I think, 1996 races. Barcelona in huge rain, and Monaco with only 3 finishers. And I was 3 and a bit. So I kind of have to be a little bit of a fan. Oh, double upshift. Not great. About predictions, it's hard to say. Turn 1 will be crazy. Don't T-bone me. Thank you. Ah, that worked well for me. Gained back a bit of time. And I have a slipstream. But there will be traffic in turn 1. Yeah, there is some Aston. I'm not really comfortable sending it when side by side with traffic. I think if I have to bet, 35% chance for Sainz to win, 20% chance for Verstappen to win, and then 10 for Lando. Oh, it's a bit of a late dive, but I'm gonna make it. Wait, was it Leclerc in P3 or was it Lando in P3? They're P3, P4, right? Yeah, let's give 10% to each and other percents that I've not contributed to anybody. I don't know. Perez. hectic. Switchback. Hi Matt, hi Shiny. Norris was P3, yes. Well, nowadays the F1 BOP is so unpredictable that it's impossible to really make a good prediction. Well, Max will go full crazy into turn 1. Yeah, let's see, maybe... Who was getting better starts lately? Lando from P3 to P5 maybe. Leclerc will get a nice start. But he's on the dirty side. I don't know. Big slipstream from Sainz, but Verstappen will just outbrake them both. Yeah, so it will be maybe Sainz understeer into Verstappen in turn 1 and Leclerc overtakes them both. Ah yeah, Charles had some snaps. Oh, there we go. Two Ferraris battling. Maybe sign of things to come. What a move from Gilles. Have to make sure that Neil doesn't pull away. Maybe I should keep third gear here and use less traction control. Anyway. I prefer the RF2 bar, but the old one. From the old UI. Michi back into P1. That was quite a simple move. That was surprisingly well handled by the BMW, amount of curb that I took on the apex. Ah, okay. I kept third gear for the science, and it worked. So I guess I'm keeping third from now on. Mr. Bombastic, if like the more downforce there is, the better. Although in real life, I don't think that would be the case. I think it's just issue with all the top sims that they are unable to make a good tire model to make low speed, low downforce racing realistic. The tires are always a bit weird in any sim, but when the downforce kicks in, it's really good. In all the Assetto Corsa, in iRacing, it's not too bad in high-speed corners with the hypercars. Well, RF2, LMU of course. I went back to second gear. Forgot to stay in third. Formula DS. Formula DS is not a car really, it's just like an excuse to have a chassis around the human mind, because the car is, well, if you drive Formula DS on AC, you're not limited by anything from the car, you're solely limited by your brain and your body, how fast you can react. But between the 9X8 Evo, it's called like that, and BMW, it's a difficult decision. But always it's gonna be LMDH, no, LMH. LMH of course, because it's just maybe slightly easier to drive, less likely to lock up. But then potential... Ooh, Neil, where are you going? Well, thank you. I really like the way that the BMW accelerates out of corners. Second batch of traffic incoming. Face cam keeps flickering, oh no. I've not experienced that yet. I've experienced the autofocus being kind of forced on. I couldn't make it not autofocus, so maybe that's what's happening. I mean, if it's the face cam, then alright. If the main camera is fine, then I take it. Oh, what happened there? That was quite a big of a hit. The car is probably still going straight. I think somebody hit that car from behind and then he spun into me, but okay, I'm still going straight. There is no repairable damage. Alright. Oof. Yeah, I will have to check the replay after the race. I had to lift out of the move. That exit out of the previous corner is so tricky.
think I have too little diff coast. When I lift off fully I get quite a lot of engine braking and so on, and because engine brake map is not available, coast fixes the issue, but maybe it's too low and then I have to use higher gears. I think Michi is lift and coasting significantly. Yeah, Neil has done a mistake in sector 3. Hi Jan. Closing speed on Michi was insane. I'm watching Misha a lot. I'm just watching Traction's interview or podcast with him. Podcast. Oh, yeah, it's podcast. Well. Ooh. Okay. And here we go into P1 because Michi was scared that the car will accelerate. That was lucky for me because Michi didn't have enough time to figure out if the Porsche was conscious. What's the word? Come on. Aware of the surroundings enough, so Michi had to go around his back, but I had enough time to figure out that he's gonna stay stationary, so I could have taken the apex. Hi Kahel. But yeah, anyway, I heard one time Slovenia being mentioned, but I think it was not related to any plans. I think Misha was just saying that they were driving through Slovenia once or something. But anyway, we are in P1. Mishi will be super annoyed. Speaking of Misha and Michi, it's confusing. Well, Neil... Oof, I wasn't aware. I don't think it's over for Neil. Like, he's still second and a bit behind. Well, I've driven probably 500 laps of iRacing in the past week. Speaking of graphics, I mean, and going back to LMU, everything is so much better, except for, well, lack of constant online racing that we have in iRacing. But yeah, graphics here is so nice. iRacing just, it's so aged, and the physics is so aged, it really needs proper updating to get back in times with the better physics that new sims can simulate better. Speaking, of course, speaking subjectively, in a way that will make me start enjoying iRacing, because obviously most people enjoy iRacing more than other sims, probably. I rent because there is this IMSA Global thing, which is like the biggest esports sim racing championship that will be going on, And it just so happens that Rafa Racing Club is partnering up with IMSA. And then it would be quite good if instead of Coanda versus Redline versus Apex versus Williams and so on, we would have Coanda versus Redline versus Rafa esports team versus Williams. Well, that's the wishful thinking, right? Currently, Jesper and I are trying our best to qualify through that hot lap leaderboard. And well, actually we are surprisingly fast, like less than 3/10 of the top time, but the issue is that there is so many iRacers that well, we are just about to, like, if it stopped now, we would be like the last spot that still qualifies. 28 GT3 cars go through, we are 27th at the moment, and the leaderboard goes through till tomorrow evening, so tomorrow is going to be a long day. And hot lapping iRacing is like, I don't know what to say even. Just doing 300 laps, learn exactly at which point to have what input, and then you're fast, and then you're consistently fast. But there is no way to adjust to anything that happens in the corner. No way to feel anything. Once you feel it, it's already too late. If you feel it. So it's... I mean, it's still sim racing, it's still racing, it's alright. But I prefer sims like LMU or RF2 where you enter a corner and then you're able to... Why is it upshifting twice? So yeah, you enter a corner in RF2 or LMU and you feel something and you're able to adjust your corner and have a, well, less time lost if you broke 5 meters too late or too early. In iRacing there is only one way, to my understanding, so that's super annoying. That's the best sponsor, Fat International, if that's how it's pronounced, on that Porsche. It's painful, yeah. I mean, every leaderboard in any sim is painful always. But it's what it is. They still resort to making pre-qualifying out of the leaderboards. And then we are doing big time wasting. But I mean, it's the most straightforward thing that requires the least amount of work for the organizers. Yeah, thank you, Alex. Wait, you guys mentioned Misha and Slovenia. Where did you read that? I need to know more. Because I'm quite confused and surprised, because sim racing in Slovenia is not really a big thing. Slovenia is getting first sim racing center. Well, I will make sure you guys know everything about it. But I guess I will need some time to get all the details and figure out things. About coaching, I kind of unofficially have been doing it, but very, very rarely. Because they're like, when my official sim racing career started with COVID and everything, there was just constant racing. It was impossible to do anything else. And then when constant racing kind of declined a little bit, and then when Burst Esport folded and so on, I started thinking what my chances are. But like I would need to invest quite some time into it and then do the coaching for a couple of months and then see when it becomes viable enough for me to have it as like proper business. And I just never had that like time or energy. And now obviously I'm with Rafa esports team, and coaching is not a priority because we need to do the streaming, and the content and so on. And then I'm from the Balkans still, like it's almost Central Europe, but it's still south of the Alps. By that I mean that I'm lazy, I want a lot of free time. Like Balkan or Mediterranean spirit. So I try to defend here from Michi. Guinea a pig for your coach. Well, I mean, let's see. At the moment, if we qualify for that IMSA thing on iRacing, then I'm good till mid-January. Then it's gonna be crazy grind till then. Well, that GTE was a bit unlucky, right? Or Michi has unlocked some pace. I think I need to defend. And I need to understeer, and I need to get switch backed on by Michi, but Michi has messed it up as well. Alright. About Le Mans Virtual... when the game is ready, I suppose. We need to have stable platform, no bugs, no crashing, all the content. And then they will instantly be happy to organize it, I suppose. But how long that will take, nobody knows. Yeah, I mean, luckily I'm driving the GTD, which are the GT3s in iRacing, so it's very different, so I'm not really having issues with it. But it would be the worst if we were driving the same track. I had it in the past, I think it was at Indianapolis. We drove... Oh, Michi is trying to go for it. We drove Formula Sim Racing WC, which is F1 cars, around Indianapolis. And then we had GT Pro, Season 4 or something, one day later. And it was in Indianapolis as well, but it was slightly different layout. So, coming into that turn 4, turn 5 chicane, once it was a chicane, once it was just flat out right. Because it used that old right into slow left. And it was so confusing, and in practice I just went wrong way many times. But still, like, when it comes to switching between LMU and iRacing, I think it's not really that difficult because it's completely different thing. You just need to do so much different things that the set of well, driving tools, or however you would call it, is, well, from, I think I said last time, it's from a different drawer, like there is like a regal, or whatever it's called in English, cupboard with drawers. There is LMU in one, there is iRacing in the other. Just so much different experience. Ooh, that was close between Michi and the GT. I went on the left side on purpose because I knew that Michi will not dare to dive bomb on the inside. Michi has some pace here. He will have to dive into turn 1. And then let's see how much fuel saving he's doing. Yeah, about iRacing, the only thing that I like about it is the amount of people driving it. That rear doesn't want to stick, even in third. Yeah, Michelle, about coaching, I didn't fully answer. Well, I mean, then it depends on how much money you have, because like James Baldwin, for example, offers coaching, and he has done quite a bit of Le Mans Ultimate, so he knows exactly what he's talking about, but I would imagine he's not too cheap. Of course, Michi is doing coaching as well. We are back. Are we back? YouTube is still not showing me any replay. Well, I'm gonna wait before my... So, guys, can you actually hear me and see me talking now, or what? Because my YouTube is still showing black screen. Okay, you guys can see me. Alright. We is back. So basically, everything just froze, including force feedback. It didn't black screen. It didn't close. It just froze. And I couldn't control alt delete it. I couldn't do anything. Like nothing that I could do. Meanwhile, thank you for the subs. I hear notifications, much appreciated. Why is that going on? Why? Okay, let's figure out if there is a replay saved. It's just from qualifying, so wait, sometimes there is a trick to make a replay work. If we go to user data replace, there is a temp file. If I rename that, maybe it will work. Fuji VCR. Sometime that's work. Ah, now it crashed. Perfect. Yeah, sorry guys. Well,
Yeah, I really don't know what to say. Maybe it was LMU, maybe it was something different. Because, well, as you know, I had 2 crashes in the past, like once per month it crashes. I got a new power supply. Why is my LMU not opening now? I got a new power supply from 750 to 1000 watts. So that should fix some of the bottlenecks. But it's not that. It's not power supply, it's not temperatures. Because temperatures are fine. LMU is not opening. Exit Steam. Waiting for a man ultimate to shut down. Camera had been glitching. Well, it died on RF2 once. Once on RF2, twice on LMU. Camera had been glitching. I will have to check that. I will have to check that after the stream. But let's try to launch it and at least look at the replay of some of the action, and then maybe I do... Wait, F1 is in 1 hour 45. I might do another race of those 25-minute dailies if I manage to make LMU to work. So Steam is on. Now let's launch Le Mans Ultimate. An error occurred. Game already running. How is it running if Steam was off? Well, stop the game. Oh, it was such a nice race and such a nice stream. Everything was going so well, and then this happens. Well, I hope I have the Windows dump file. I will have to find that. So now the game is back on. Okay. Studio 397 and okay, it's working. It's working. Let's try to find the replay. And have some music back on so I don't lose my mind. Replays. Okay, we learned one thing today. If we have replays, a temp replay, it will break the game. Right, so because game crashes sometimes and then it saves like a temporary file replay, and if you rename that to VCR, then the whole game will freak out completely. Music loud, copy, thank you. Yeah, bear with me. Stop, confirm. So basically in this replace folder I had this, and I will just move it to the desktop. And now LMU should work. I don't know why that... Again, anything can cause it. Like literally anything. It could be camera, it could be the USB hub that everything is plugged in. It could be something else, it could be the... It could be LMU, it could be the CPU being too weak and trying its best for the whole race to do something, but the temperatures are never... Like, max temp on any core is 74-ish Celsius. Yeah, now it works again. And there is a long wait. You know what? I'm gonna let you guys enjoy Michi's stream. There is no point in me trying this again. I'll rather
jump into iRacing and improve the lap time a bit, and I will not stream that because it's not really good content and I need full focus. Do you know why your RF2 is not closing on Steam? Sometimes RF2 would not close on Steam if you had some Logitech file, like LVMon, like Logitech Wingman monitor or something like that running, and then if you close that in Task Manager, then RF2 would close. But well, RF2 is known for sometimes only closing with a crash or not closing at all. So yeah, I cannot really help you there. So, well, guys, sorry about this. It was such a nice race, like a nice fight for P1. Michi was on my back, I was defending. It was all good. I'm just gonna wave and smile. Yeah. Emu for sure. Wait, what is Emu? LMU for sure. Okay. I'll find the dump files and try to submit stuff and look into it further, but well, enjoy Michi's stream if you're gonna do that. Otherwise, enjoy F1. Thank you guys for watching, for the comments, for the subs, for likes, and for the good luck wishes. And hopefully see you maybe on LMU stream on Tuesday. Have a good evening. Bye bye.